Welcome in, feminine, to the Enlightened Goddess Key. I am your host, Goddess Wise. Alright, so it's been a very long couple of weeks. I have not been able to fully post because I have been in a deep solitude, needing this deep solitude, because I am in transition when it comes to quantum shifting. Now, we're going to go into this because the only reason why I turned the camera on is because I've been trying to document this process. And I don't know. While I was sitting here, I was like, you know what? I have not done a video for you guys in a very, I don't want to say a long time, but in enough time that maybe this is where I want to document this. So I'm going to go ahead and just purify really quick with the sound ball. If you are sensitive to sound, go ahead and turn the volume down a bit, but make sure that you can get a little bit of this. It does cleanse your energy of any disruptions, okay? Take a deep breath in, hold, and release nice and smooth. Now I pray each and every one of you have been doing great. Me, I'm always on the path of evolution, the path of higher knowledge, higher wisdom, and self-mastery. That's what I came to this planet to do. That is what I want. That is what I crave. So I eat, sleep, and breathe development. Now, in the process of shifting, and this shift is a big one because I'm not just shifting timelines where it's just me going from timeline to timeline, hopping up. That I'm used to. I am shifting out of old perception, which is pretty much your old self, your old personality, your old way of thinking. Everything about your old self, you shed it like a snake. And when you come out on the other side, you are, in essence, your higher self, but really you are your truest self. I like that one better. Your truest self. Now, for me, I think that's beautiful because I've had a hard time being allowed to be my truest self since I was a child. So being able to be free, to be me, again, that's something that's in my contract, something that I want and I desire for myself. So I am very much excited to get there. Now, the levels, the steps of shedding the old self is tedious. Let me tell you. Because remember, there are so many aspects of your personality that you believe are true to who you are. Things that you think you liked, that you've liked your whole life, but come to find out you only liked it because XYZ family member said that it was cool, and you, since you didn't have a thing, you adopted that thing. One I can attribute to is I was always a sneakerhead. I used to say all the time, I love sneakers. I love having different sneakers. Now, where I am very fashionable and I love putting together the outfits, that's what I like the most, is putting together the outfits. But as far as being a sneakerhead, I only adopted that addiction for shopping because I felt like if I didn't have a thing, I'd be considered boring. I had to go all the way back to an old memory where everyone was talking about the things that they like, the things they like to do, the things they like to, partake in, video games. When we got older, some people, I'm a drinker and I could drink this much, and I'm like, ooh, that's not me. There were so many things that I could not identify with, so I had to pick something. And since I do like fashion, I love the way, you can put yourself together in so many different ways. I love that. I like thrifting. I actually don't like shopping. I prefer thrifting. It's the thrill of the hunt, the thrill of finding a hidden gem. That's me. But I needed to understand myself when it came down to it. I only jumped into loving sneakers because I needed a thing in order to stay afloat or to keep up with the Joneses. So now that I am where I am, I realize I've accumulated maybe over about 40 pairs of sneakers. And they're in my consistent rotation. I haven't bought a new pair of sneakers in, I want to say, a year, maybe 2 years. But all of my sneakers are still pretty much brand new, which is great. So it's nice. I do find that also the sneakers that I find attractive now are not the ones that are super pricey, that everyone's talking about, or the hippest, newest, everything. I've transitioned out of the thought patterns of it. One, the fact that I haven't bought a pair of sneakers in over a year is crazy for me, because I was a every 3 to 4 months person. But to understand each dynamic so in depth that I recognize what parts of it was me and what parts of it was not, that's growth. That's self-mastery. That's moving away from the falsified self. And that is where I am. So I did pull a couple of cards for myself. And I figured I'd do this on camera. Let you guys kind of see how I do this for me. Because personally, I feel like understanding a bit of tarot. You don't have to go to tarot school if that's not a thing for you. But understanding baseline tarot is an important tool in your toolbox, because it gives you access to your spirit team and your ancestors when you are able to connect properly. Now, I don't necessarily need cards to connect with them. This is a fun visual way, a way to kind of bring them from the spirit world to the earthly plane for me. So do you need cards? No. But if you are starting out with being able to hear your spirit team, then this is a good way to go about it. Now, the 3 cards that I pulled for myself was the Fool card, which is new beginnings, starting over. The Sun card, purity, everything coming into fruition. This is the happiest card in the deck. Yeah, we got the 10 of Cups, here we got the 10 of Pentacles, but the Sun card, you got everything. And lastly, the Hangman. Now, what I'm pulling off of these 3 is that your new beginning and everything that you desired comes with a surrender. And this is legitimately where I am. I'm at the last point of releasing the biggest generational curse that we all possess. It doesn't matter who you are, you possess this last generational curse. And this is the generational curse of separation, the one that separated us from God in the first place. This is a big curse, and this is a big one to break, because the enemy does not want you breaking this curse. You break this curse, you are legitimately bringing God into your life as a real factor. You are giving him keys to your car and saying, I'll get in the passenger seat and let him drive continuously. So this is a big deal to break this curse. Now, in order to break this curse, you have to get in a stillness that it's difficult. It's very difficult to get in this type of stillness. I'm talking slowed heartbeat. I'm talking breath work next to nothing. And you're still. And the mind is not wandering. You're allowing it to kind of be at its focal state. It's, when I say it's difficult, it is. And that is the ultimate surrender. That is Hangman. That is allowing. And if you look at all the other generational curses that we break, they require you to do something. Whether you are taking action in what you're not doing, meaning you're standing your ground saying, I will no longer do X, Y, and Z. I will no longer, eat food that is causing me, to gain weight. I'm pulling so much energy off for you guys. So, like, whatever you are choosing not to do, that's still an action. It's you working in your own strength for the most part when you are breaking a generational curse. You are, of course, tapping into the Lord saying, Lord, help me get through it. But you are taking the initiative. In this generational curse specifically, the initiative is to do nothing. It is to just sit there and to allow God to put all of the cards, all of the scenarios, everything in position, and then knock them over like dominoes so that everything falls in place. And the world is not designed to allow it. The enemy does not like this, because when you do that, you are a completely blessed individual. You have the favor of the Lord in a way that most people won't see in a lifetime. But when you do this, you commit to this type of surrender, and you give God the ability to be your passenger and to also operate the body as if he is the main, you have transitioned to a point of divinity that makes you untouchable, really, to the demonic plane. So this is why this is such a big deal to be able to do. Now, while you are on this path, like I said, it's designed to stop you. The enemy is going to try his hardest to distract you. 11:22, 1 o'clock, right when I said it. Everything about this process is going to hit disruption, because that is the biggest thing he can do. The enemy can't take your blessings, but the enemy can try to delay them, try to distract you. That way you don't take your blessings. So understand that while you are going through this process, you are not only fighting yourself, because remember, we naturally don't want to surrender to this magnitude. Naturally. If you had plans this week, let's say, and there were things you just wanted to do, like me personally, I wanted to be at the gym. I love the gym. High vibrational, I love the gym. But when I am in the gym, I am heavily distracted. You are doing the opposite of stillness. So that was a sacrifice that needed to be made in order for me to be able to do this, to commit to this quantum jump. That is pretty much where you're going to be. It's going to come at a time where silence, stillness are the hardest things for you to find. I've told myself that just to experiment with it, that I'll take 5 minutes of stillness right now. 5 minutes. I put my phone on D&D. I had no one else in the home. It was completely silent. A minute and a half in, my dog starts barking for no reason at all. No reason at all. He's just continuing, and he's not a barking dog. He's actually a service dog. He doesn't even bark. Starts barking. Then, that makes me look at him and make sure everything's okay, because now I'm like, why are you barking? My phone, I told you, is on D&D. I'm getting alerts as if it's not on D&D. Everything starts to try to disrupt that connection, because once you establish it, the enemy has no wins. So the only thing you can do is try to stop you before you get there. Alright, so we got these 3 cards. Right, I'm going to dig a little deeper because I want to see where this goes. Try not to make this a long reading. We got the 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's moving away from what no longer serves you, which is exactly what's going on here. Ace of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Okay, let me get 2 more, please. Ace of Wands. Here. 9 of Wands. Thank you. And then on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the 6 of Wands, victory and success. Okay, so this is going to be a beautiful reading already, I can see. So we got 2 new beginnings. We got an emotional outpouring, new beginning. So this is a new beginning in joy, happiness, love. Like you're getting all that emotional aspect. Then we got 9 of Pentacles. When you're the 9 of Pentacles, you don't necessarily need a king. I'm gonna be real. Why? Because if you're Nine of Pentacles, you doing it all yourself. Look at her garden. Like, she did that. She did that, right? Then we got Ace of Wands. This is new beginning in materials. So that's new home, new maybe community, but traveling. Like, this is also new. We're getting that new going. And then we had the Nine of Wands. Now, this is the only one that I would say, oh my gosh. But because the overall energy is victory and success, I would say this Nine of Wands is past energy. This is you being able to put to bed all of those physical attributes. Like I said, the Eight of Cups was on the bottom of the deck, moving away. And I noticed that you can see these three cards, but the only one you can't see is this Nine of Wands. Everything that, and when it comes to your tarot cards, everything happens for a reason. So yeah, it's saying you're moving away from this Nine of Wands, which is really good. Let's go ahead and clarify. Can I have two for this Ace of Cups, please? Do you want it? No. One more? One more, please. Thank you. Devil on the bottom. This is the one they didn't want. Look at that. The Fool card. That's the second Fool card. So we got new beginnings all the way around. We got Four Cups, which is pretty much